What is up, awesome people of the internet? Just want to make a quick video to talk about the altercation that happened yesterday involving Rickea Jackson and Brittney Griner. Guys, this happened in yesterday's Phoenix Mercury versus Los Angeles Sparks game. This is a game that ultimately the Phoenix Mercury would go on to win. However, the game got a little bit interesting when we hit the second quarter, specifically when there was 18.8 seconds left to go in the second quarter. We had Celeste Taylor at the free throw line. She was on her last free throw. She attempted the free throw, and there was some stuff that ensued. I want us to do a watch and talk through it, so we can talk through like specifically what happened, and I'll give you sort of my takeaways from it. But altercations happen in the WNBA. These are athletes. These are athletes that are really, really intense. And they got a lot of emotions that come up. So sometimes we will see altercations that happen. It's a thing. It's a sport thing. It's not that big of a deal, but I did want to talk about it because there were some ejections that happened yesterday. Okay, so let's watch it right here. Again, we had Celeste Taylor at the free throw line, and we see Brittney Griner right here, Rickea Jackson right here, and we'll see what happens. And then the next night made her connect. So basically, there is what looks like a slight hook right here. That as they're going for this rebound, Rickea goes into Brittney Griner, and it looks like that may have been a hook. And a second, not even a second later, we see Brittney Griner like get off me, and she kind of flail her arm. And again, the shot went in. So they're now stare down. Brittney Griner is staring at Rickea Jackson. Brittney Griner's trying to intimidate the rookie. And Rickea Jackson's like, nah, you ain't gonna intimidate me. That was a basketball play. And then it continues on. The referees are looking at that like, okay, they're staring at each other. Let's go in. So we see this ref and this ref. They both saw what happened. They blew their whistle, and now they're going to the situation to make sure that this doesn't turn into anything more than just them staring at each other. And while they're staring, they're also talking too. They're jabbering. All right, and then all of a sudden, Rickea starts to walk up the court, and then she does slant a little bit to Brittney Griner, but not in a way that she was, in my opinion, going after Brittney Griner. But Brittney put up her hand. Brittney put up her finger, and Rickea was like, "Oh no, you're not gonna do that to me." So she swipes her finger away, and then this starts. And they both start to square up a little bit. Rickea was ready for it. Brittney Griner ended up getting held back. So does by, I think this is the Phoenix Mercury's either security or training person. And Rickea Jackson is held back by number 15, the ref right here. All right. So it continues on. They're continuing to be separated. We see the coaches getting into it. We see Diana making sure trying to make sure she don't cross that line on the bench. We see Sophie Cunningham getting into it. One thing I really do like is that Dearica Hamby, she stepped right in and was like protecting her rookie. Like, oh no, don't mess with my rookie. Leave her alone. Tosh Cloud just walking. But we see Dearica holding back Rickea Jackson. All of the refs are saying, go to your bench. And Sophie Cunningham turns around because she about to start yelling stuff too. And look at her. It seemed like Sophie Cunningham was like, "Oh, you want to talk all that talk or whatever." Sophie Cunningham, I was like, "Come on, girl, you ain't got nothing to do with this. What you jibber jabbering about?" But anyway, the Sparks players are surrounding Rickea Jackson, and they're walking to their bench, and the refs are like, "Okay, get back." And still, Brittney Griner is talking. I'm not sure what she's saying. I'm not a lip reader, but if y'all are lip readers, let me know. Let me know what y'all think she is saying. And Rickea Jackson's upset too. And so yeah, this is a whole thing. Brittney Griner doing that little stare down, staring from afar. Tosh Cloud just like, what in the world? Tosh Cloud. Y'all seen the Tasha Cloud face? She's just like, I thought we were just playing basketball. All right. So again, I don't know what Brittney Griner was saying. We saw Rickea Jackson. She went straight to the locker room. She's gonna eventually come back out, but then find out that she was ejected, and so she's gonna go back in. But she initially went straight to the locker room, which maybe LA coaching staff told her to go to the locker room, and so that's what she did. Remember, guys, this game is happening in LA. So again, Celeste goes for the free throw. She makes the free throw. Rickea Jackson looks like she hooked Brittney Griner. Brittney Griner turns, faces. They're walking, staring. Brittney Griner puts up her arms first. Rickea Jackson's trying to deflect because, of course, she's going to protect herself. Guys, you all see that? Like, this was all, in my opinion, this Brittney Griner initiated this. Again, she put her hand up first, and then Rickea Jackson, she retaliates. Like, she's like, hey, no, you're not gonna just put your hands up on me. I know how to handle myself. But y'all see the fans in the crowd like, whoa. Y'all see the fans in the crowd. They're like, oh my goodness. And Brittney trying to calm down. All right. So again, Rickea just hooked her, and this is something that again, guys, this is something that players do. There's a lot of players who hook other players when they're going for a rebound. It's a thing. Is it a foul? Yes, it's a foul to hook somebody, but most of the time the refs don't call it. It's a basketball move. It's a thing. It happens in the NBA, happens in the WNBA, happens in college. It's just a thing. And I'm not sure exactly why Brittney reacted the way that she did, because it's just a regular play. Like, to me, I don't think it was a big deal. It's just a basketball move. Went from there. And this whole thing starts from there. So the officials are going to have to sort this out. So, yeah. That's what happened, guys. That's what happened. There were some other closer angles that we saw. So again, here's a closer look at it. Celeste Taylor, she's just released a free throw. We see Rickea Jackson go into Brittney Griner with her arm. To the locker room. So don't know. Brittney Griner moves her elbow up. Rickea Jackson kind of has her arm inside of Brittney's elbow, and it's kind of like a little hook. Brittney turns around, swings her elbow. They're staring. Rickea's walking up. Rickea's walking slightly towards her. Brittney Griner puts up her arm, and this starts. So that's sort of the video. In my opinion, this really was Brittney Griner. In my opinion, I thought she started this. Because again, it's just it's a basketball play. Like, yes, players will take exception if they feel like they're getting hit quite a bit, and it is what it is. Ultimately, I don't think this was that big of a deal. But it just shows, guys, that emotions be high when it comes to women's basketball. It's not all kumbaya. Not everybody is super excited about what's going on. But it sort of is what it is, guys. Both players were ejected, and so that's a thing to note. But yeah, both players were ejected. The WNBA will probably make a decision sometime later today on exactly how to discipline these players. Right now, they've just been ejected, and that was about it. All right, so we ended up seeing Brittney Griner and Rickea Jackson both ejected for fighting, even though, to me, I kind of felt like Rickea was defending herself. But y'all let me know in the comments, am I wrong on that? Do y'all disagree with that? And we saw Crystal Dangerfield and Sophie Cunningham was awarded a technical for their activities during the, not even melee, during the hubbub, I should say. So yeah, guys, we ended up seeing Rickea come back on the court. And then she thought she's about to come back in or get back with her team. And then she was told by the coaching staff that, hey, they just ejected you. They just ejected you. So she made her way back to the bench. But guys, that was a little bit of an eventful action that happened in yesterday's game with the Phoenix Mercury versus the LA Sparks. Now, guys, the thing to note is that the Phoenix Mercury are in the playoffs. They are locked into that number 7 seed. And for the LA Sparks, they now have severely increased their chance of getting the number 1 pick. I believe they have a 40% chance to get the number 1 pick for next year. So, like, yes, they wind up losing yesterday's game 85-81, but in the end, the LA Sparks have won because they are likely, or it looks likely that they have the best chance of winning the Paige Bueckers lottery. Can you imagine? Paige Bueckers, Cameron Brink, and Rickea Jackson leading the charge for this LA Sparks team next year. That could be pretty amazing. So yeah, guys, that's the video. I just wanted to make a quick one just to let you all know on what happened yesterday. Let me know what y'all thought in the comments. Again, I don't think this was that big of a deal. Like, I don't. Like, there's going to be some people who are like, see, this shows the WNBA is too aggressive. This shows to me that the WNBA is full of athletes that want to compete. They get in their feelings sometimes, and they have aggression. Same thing happens in NBA. Same thing happens in college. Same thing happens in high school sports. Same thing happens in little pee-wee sports as well. Like, this is a thing. It just is what it is. It's not like there were real contact that was made, mainly because neither one of the players really wanted that. But I will say, Rickea Jackson stood up for herself, in my opinion. She could have been like Christina Nigwe a couple years ago, where she literally ran to the other side of the court when Brittney was going after her. Brittney Griner's a big girl, 6'3", or 6'9", I should say. She's a big girl. And so if she's coming after you, that could be quite a bit. That could be quite a bit for a player to deal with, especially a rookie. But Rickea Jackson, she squared up and she was like, "Oh no, you're not gonna try to put your hand up towards me. I'm gonna defend myself, and I'm gonna be ready for whatever smoke you get. I'm gonna be ready for it." And you just gotta, hey man, you gotta appreciate it. You gotta appreciate rookies that are not afraid at all to be aggressive. They're not afraid to show emotion. They're not afraid about being punked, because they're like, nah, I'm not gonna get punked. You're not gonna do that to me. You are not going to do that to me. And so I thought it was cool. I have no issues with this at all. I know there's going to be some people who are upset that this even happened. This is basketball. This is sport. These are athletes. Even though they're women, they are athletes. They have emotion, and it is what it is. I don't think it's that big of a deal, in my opinion. But if you all disagree, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts about your disagreement. Guys, Kurt Miller was asked about this after the game, and here is what he said.
Coach, all year you've been commending your team for the fight that they, showcased, the grit that they showcased. Today that resulted in Rickea retaliating after getting hit with an elbow by Brittney Griner. What were your words to Rickea, and what are your thoughts around the situation that happened?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. Between the fan appreciation and talking to our team, I haven't had a chance to go back and view it yet. So there'll be time for that and a look at the situation. Everything happened so fast. We'll address it. My initial words to Rickea was, hang in there. We'll have a chance to visit and have an opportunity to talk with her. So I haven't had much interaction yet with her. But we'll get back to the film and look and see exactly what happened.
So that is what Kurt Miller, the head coach for the LA Sparks, had to say. But guys, that's the video. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below. Again, I don't think this is that big of a deal, but it's a thing. So I just want to talk about it because 2 players did get ejected. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.